Fuck me. Never thought I'd see the day Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses came to tea.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is, as are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your... Which is why I came. To learn the full truth.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waloed friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waloeders who spirited the... Now I think about it, there was something a little strange. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if they believed, or were...
You have a key, and you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail. It may well have gone cold by now, but
allow me to... As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a...
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends...
Very well, but...
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before...
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal. If you have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid.
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle?
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two.
You can count on it.
All right, Uncle.
We shall. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Does it?
Back to the stables, girl. Come on. I can't see a thing.
Come, Clive! Let us turn back before we lose our way!
Come on. Faster!
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Who do you think those soldiers were?
So, Lord Cook has finally made his move.
Quietly now. Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehere. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on.
Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead's skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
It's the outlaw. Take him.
Try it.
for your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors.
We have to get through that.
Not by force, I trust.
By guile, then. Perhaps the...
Rosina Dalamil. But how will we find her?
And that she was working with Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest, I'll wager this, Rosina.
That would certainly help to narrow the search.
And that's exactly...
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Anything I can interest you in? Here you are. Fare you well.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer.
Anything I can help? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of... We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneur.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets and our smithies.
I suppose.
Thank you. Oh,
No.
well.
What do you want? Can't you see?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of Ruzi.
Never heard of her.
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest...
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find... Fiona's only a young sprig.
The Briar's Kiss...
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm a long-standing pillar.
Then you should ask. He's been here for years. Knows the place and try the baths. That's...
Thank you. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this photo knows.
Sweet incense. What candles?
Excuse me.
I am.
I hope so. Do you know Rosina Dalamil?
And what?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping...
Very well. Go to the bordello.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing.
I beg your pardon.
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business.
Who are you working for?
He wanted us to test.
Though one could hardly...
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat dropped.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed. A fitting talent.
You know who I am. So what now? Call it...
That isn't my... Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina.
Yes, to the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabric!
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the Youngs. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been... Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of...
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do...
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this!
We might as well hear him out. It's only assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years...
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man... Oh, but enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of... I want you to put an end to the trouble. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then,
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear.
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. Follow the crystal. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Let us divide our forces, Clive.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. Excuse me.
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves, pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these... And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market, either. Whoever's...
Do you have a moment?
Depends what.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages
Well, where are stones? The soldiers guarding the mother crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their... The men on the rock throw their money about.
Is that so?
Eaten dark, fresh from the grill. You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier?
I'm not a soldier.
Oh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. I don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and a nerd. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Pride of place.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's you. What do you want? Haven't you called...
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you?
Thank you.
Will this suffice?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy.
All right, but not...
What are you doing? Care to explain why you're giving
Bait, my boy. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course. It's but my uncharacteristic indiscretion. Just happened to... They took me aside and said they could procure the crystallized sort.
So the pearl.
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate a small price to pay for admittance. But enough about my little act of subterfuge.
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stopped. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning...
I'll wager you're...
We'll meet with them then, and put an end to the trouble.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be... It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Ros... I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Of course.
Fucking men of the wrong.
Gil for
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
the most fragrant herbs and spices.
Let's go.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord.
All the silver and stones I could...
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objection...
Of course.
Not bad at all. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother... And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them! Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle.
Good! I'm just getting warmed up.
Enough!
Well, how'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage.
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an order.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's... I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystal.
Well, indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men. Until you two... Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them. It occurs to me that I still don't know your Clive. So, Sid the Second is a Clive. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of those left behind have been...
Thank you. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you
Oh,
and my name is not Greybeard. It is...
No.
Double the... Ugh!
Here. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be...
Thank you.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Lostelan. Tuisa Gelith.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe...
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master.
I could give you... Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
The finest fabric!
It would make a fine
Needed.
Everything I've worked for. All the...
All right.
Just look at the... Plates and pots! Bowls and basins! Ha! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word. So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Take a sniff, good sir.
My carpets have pride of place.
So,
Is it true?
what?
I'm hearing.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
Do you crush it up, or just...
Well, this is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest
The most fragrant herbs and
fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Lights and pots!
Hanging lanterns! Keep
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubo?
A question that I neglected to ask. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang.
Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you've seen, their soldiers work. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its own.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside, I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you. If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will end. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people...
I don't plan on dying.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs. Good girl.
Come on, girl, the gate's open.
What the hell are those?
By the flames. That explains the heat. Out of the frying pan.
Here you are!
Too slow. Farewell. Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
This is no good.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I...
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Plates and pots!
There he is.
Bowls and basins!
Hanging lanterns, keep the
Good day, my lord. Here you are.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Good girl.
Yeah!
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Fuck! What have they start? What has that gutter rat done to me? Out of my sight, wench! I'll kill you, Rosfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo?
You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you?